Okay, good news and bad news. The good news is this thing will be running by the deadline I set, like May, June, but probably June, July. It doesn't look like it will be, but just trust me. Because the bad news is this specific Rx7 will not be running by the deadline. I am just not finishing it. Like, it's missing a wheel now. The interior is like completely gone. The sunroof is done. So there's like there's really nothing to do on this car. Sorry, my voice is dying a little bit. But we're going to Walmart because I need an SD for my camera. This is why the camera will look so bad for this first shot. Now we actually have an SD card. And this camera is way less zoomed in. And you can see just the quality. Like, so much better quality. Yeah, there's nothing down there. There's nothing down there. There's really, literally nothing. It's covered in cat prints. The only thing that we did to this thing was make the back glass go up and make the door come out. But at least, never mind, there's no wheel there. I forgot. At least it's got some pretty sick looking wheels and pop-up headlights. But yeah, this car is either gonna get like scrapped or sold. Oh, though, one thing that is nice about this, if I can put in there should be some brand new suspension. So that's pretty neat. And then as for that, remember when I said this RX-7 won't be running? Well, let's just go look at that car. But first we have to get there. We're gonna take my old trusty steed. The good old reliable daily driver there. As for Ari, she's just messing around with her car. Oh yeah.
I'm just pulling pieces off because it's already a crunkly mess. Cool.
Crank windows! You'd love to see it. That thing it just came off with you barely touching it, that first piece. This one you're struggling, but that other one was just whoop, off. And no, we're not turning this stupid Chevy Cavalier into a race car. That's a dumb idea.
Hey, I'm trying to get into that.
No way.
Bruh. No way.
Oh, this interior is still better than that RX-7. It's got seats. It's got some dashboard.
It's got partial AC.
It's got it's got door. No, mine has door handles. It has crank windows. It has weather seals.
Hey.
It has mirrors.
That's pretty good.
It has seat belts. I don't know what else it has. It has a transmission. It has working brakes, kind of.
It works.
Hey, pop the hood. I don't know where it is on this car. Hey, guess what? It hasn't... That was my drink. I don't know how well you can see it, but it has an engine. Crazy concept. No way, guys. Toge. It's a Toge run. Crazy. Jesus Christ. And this is definitely an enclosed course and definitely not a Toge run. Toge run. Woo!
This is scary.
What's that? No, this is how I get to my grandma's house every day. Pedal to the metal, by the way.
Every day?
Whenever I go. Oh, there's a... I go faster on this road than on the freeway, by the way. I'm going...
No. Please, no. Oh God. slowed down for the turn, just enough, and we caught up to traffic. Doing.
The new one.
The car.
It was like in
wheels.
Yeah. I'm gonna swap these wheels out for the Turbo 2 wheels.
It doesn't have a muffler. No wait. No wait. No wait.
It doesn't have any exhaust actually.
Makes sense.
Which makes sense. But coming back up on this trailer that we've been on before.
Wow.
It has the wing, the taillights aren't cracked, no license plate on this one. There's some fading paint, but the body panels are pretty good, all things considered.
You are not joking.
Hard top.
Full interior.
It's got the mirror holders, but not the mirrors themselves. And then coming around to the other side real quick, it still has the back glass. There's a big crack here from Bondo, and we're gonna have to redo that entire thing.
It got
Yeah.
patched.
And as you can see, full interior. It's a glass bubble in here. Okay. It is so warm in here, but full interior. Nice. The steering wheel's in here. It's got... I don't know what this is.
Turn signal. I assume.
It...
Oh no, that's cruise control.
Okay, so we're missing something here. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is my headlight switch. It, I can fix this in post. The worst thing you want to hear. Come on, focus. You can kind of see it, but...
You have a mirror.
Oh, hey! Nice. This, I think, pops up my headlights. Because the cool thing about the Rx7 is you don't need to pop up the headlights to turn the headlights on. So, I can turn on the lights like this. I have another light switch. So, there's one here.
You have a lighter.
Yeah, there's a setting between 3 here, and then there's
Ooh.
that pop up the headlights.
The bowl cooler.
We love to see it. It's missing the stereo, though we can fix that. Here's my blinkers. I don't know what this knob does. I can't press it or turn it. And then here's my windows. The brakes work, that's why this is up. The center console, yeah, it's not really attached, but we can work with that. It's got coin holders.
Hype.
And back here, these aren't the pop-up seats like the Turbo 2 storage compartments.
That's cool.
Yeah. Which is really nice considering this car is pretty small.
The grocery getter. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Can I see the key?
And here's the key.
Is this one just stuck?
I don't know why the key doesn't want to work on anything right now. 144,000 original miles.
Wow. Rookie numbers.
That's an RX-7 though.
True.
It's got sun visors, which means it's close to working.
It is
Yeah.
running soon.
Oh wait, no, it is sunroof. I think. Yeah. But I just don't
Yeah,
see...
it's a sunroof.
Yeah.
Has the
Most of them
crank
were
right there.
sunroofs, but at least, yeah. Interior lights, they just go like that,
Yes.
and then sunroof. That sun visor on your side has a built-in mirror.
It's so small.
Yeah. These are also like so musty and flimsy as well. They just fall down right now.
They're flaccid.
Yeah, I might have to replace that. But down here, by my kicks, only 2 pedals. It's not a manual, like my other one was. But we can do a pedal swap with that other R7. And yeah, as you can see by the stick shift, it is not a stick shift. And then I've got this thing. And every car you buy used has like a broken fuse, a penny, and a few screws in there for whatever reason. But yeah, the stereo's missing, but I have that. Most of these buttons are like, you can press them, which is cool. And then I think that's like all my hazard lights.
You should pop the trunk.
Yeah. Oh, the wind's gonna close this. But yeah, crank windows. We love to see it. Oh yeah, and then the physically adjustable mirrors. Which this part is like getting torn up, but that's fine, I think. Okay, time to roll this up and pop the trunk. It will not stick to this. Okay, yep. Hydraulics kind of work. They're a little weak feeling.
Well, not with the old one, with the other ones.
Yeah, my other one has better hydraulics, so we can swap that out. Yeah, this part hurts, like right here, but nothing else. It has some boxes with parts. I don't know what most of the parts are, but there's a few lug nuts and bolts in there.
It has your entire rear.
Yeah, it has the rear drivetrain, a big PVC pipe, and then some more stuff. I have not looked. Oh, window wipers. I think it's window wipers and some interior parts. And then this thing's completely gone.
Yeah.
But it has the speakers. That's cool.
Now, it has a speaker coverings though.
Okay, yeah, no speakers. Never mind. The other one had speakers. Like, between the two cars, this is a complete car. Other than the engine, which, speaking of, we do have the engine. But, I'll go look at the passenger side real quick. I swear I unlocked it. Yeah, because this would normally control the locks, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's doing anything. So we might have to fix that. It should have, yeah, it has the initial D-adjustable seats for the arcade game. It's the exact same lever.
Yo.
I love that.
Hey, I think you might need to change your oil. It's a little bit low.
Oh. Yeah, you can adjust this. You sure can.
I love how far back you sit. It's comfortable.
Yeah. So this one has a key on the glove box. I don't know what this is.
Probably some glove box stuff. I don't know.
It does have the glove box light still.
Fuse.
In its case. Yeah, the lighter, like you said, and a mirror. And then it has this thing.
That's also turning.
Yeah. All the stuff in here is just like a little circular knob that you turn instead of like a big lever. I love it. Yeah, where did I put the keys? It says unleaded fuel only. The seat belts are super old. They have this style.
Ooh, the push button ones.
Yeah. Like if we come grab this, it doesn't feel very secure. It doesn't click. It just goes in. It's just, okay, it clicked that time.
That one clicks.
Yeah, it clicked the second time for me, but also it has a different style. And yeah, there's these.
I like these, but I also hate these.
Yeah.
My car has one.
One of them. Oh, this is falling apart. That's where that piece went. That's in my Xterra. It goes under the glove box.
Oh.
Yeah. It does. It had, or has still. Yeah, it has like an inner film tint instead of like actual tint.
Oh yeah, you can pull that off and then put it back on.
Yeah, it's.
We'll put new stuff back on.
It's on the rear hatch and it's peeling really bad.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna need new window tint.
But I want to feel this driver's side. I am too far back. Oh, I can sit up. Yeah. This is really weird because it's not tall. It is a very short car. I'm just like, wow, I'm looking at the ceiling now. Because realistically, I'd have to get it comfortable so I can like reach over here better. Now, where's my like forward and backward setting?
It's right now. It's right underneath the left leg.
Oh, I feel it. Is it all the way up? I can feel that I'm pulling it.
I think that's just stuck.
I'm all the way up, it looks like. Dang. What do you mean this isn't 2-foot driving?
Yeah, maybe I was too far forward, but I was also too far back. I was also too far forward. Yeah.
Yeah, the brakes work though. What I don't understand is if the brake... No, because on manual, the brake pedal's a little smaller, right?
Just like...
It's not as wide, because then I can heel and toe. And then just... I'm just like, dude, where... What went here? I'm trying to remember. Because something goes here, but like, if my gear select is here, and I'm like, that's not that bad, I just expect it to be like down here more. So just...
Oh, my flashlight's still on.
Oof. It shows you how charged your battery is over here.
Oh yeah.
Oil temps, engine temps, fuel, and you have your RPM in the middle because, sure, I actually kind of like that. The RPM's in the middle and it's the bigger one rather than the miles per hour.
I think it's better just because engine will explode faster.
Yeah, especially on the Rx7 with a rotary engine, you need to be paying attention to the RPMs more than your speed.
I don't think you're gonna need to look at the RPMs just because, well, you're not gonna need to look at them much just because you're putting a V8 in it, and
yeah.
the red line of V8s is like 8,000.
It depends. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but the seats are really weird because it's like a nice soft fabric here, and then this part is like crunchy.
You have too much gap.
Hold on.
It's not low enough. There's too much gap.
Yeah. Too much wheel gap. Yeah. You can see the headlights through there sometimes. It's really hard. It has the blinkers. Let's go. And you know what this car also has? It has all of this black trim that's on the Turbo 2 that wasn't on the Turbo 2.
No, red.
I wonder if the other side is also red because it might just actually be like that. Oh yeah, it also has these little things here on the doors. It says Mazda. I don't know how well you can see that with how bright it is.
Yeah, it's red. It matches.
Okay. Yeah, but it has these little things when you get in. That's sick. Oh wait, you can...
They can get back in there.
Wait, I want to see just how comfy you can get in these Rx7 seats. Because this seat is all the way back, and I'm just like, man, I'm lounging. I think...
Wait, scoot a little bit more forward, and then all the way back.
Yeah. That's pretty forward, though. Dude.
You can get cozier than that.
You can lay down in this thing.
The actual snoozer seat. The seat where you can go. No,
this is as far back as it goes. I'd rather it be a little bit further back. It rubs a little bit, but this is the perfect spot. Like, come lay down in this.
Okay. Not sponsored. We don't get sponsors.
Nah, we are
You have like, what, 350 subscribers?
less. But you have big legs, though. Yeah, you can really go pretty far back. Like, look at that. There's so much room in here. There's
No shit handles.
Yeah, they're on the door. You have to, like, aggressively hold on to this while your friend is drifting the car. That friend would be me.
Yeah.
Look at this rear fitment, bro. That's nasty. It's like a 6 fingers fitment. Ugh. I'm joking, by the way. I don't really care.
You're just like, okay.
I know a lot of people care, but I don't. And by I don't, I mean, this is too much.
Yeah.
But then again, these wheels are way smaller than my Turbo 2's wheels. Because there's also a bunch of side gap fitment issues. But we'll see how that goes. Because ideally, something like this is actually pretty good. Like on the trailer, it's functional, but it's not too bad. Actually, like a little bit less than this.
I mean, technically, if you put an automatic transmission in here, you would have to deal with the clutch issues, and you could still go 1, 2, drive, neutral.
Nah, but I get to clutch kick and drift.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, because in order to even handbrake drift, you need the clutch.
Well, you gotta click it a little bit more. No.
Here.
I don't want to slam it. There we go.
Yeah, maybe I'll fix the door hinges so we don't have to slam it, because every 80s car every 80s and 90s, you're just like, okay, slam the door.
Slam it as hard as you can. Slam
Yep.
as hard as you can.
And
as hard as you can.
hood is not attached, but there's nothing in here. It does have the hinges, though. I don't know how well we'd be able to see it from here. It's right in that little crack. Here. Right there. Hinges. So, we will have a functional hood, but it's for the better... Oh, no. There's one piece of the dashboard cracked. Oh no.
Got through the entire thing. Oh, got through the entire thing.
Actually, 2 parts.
3D printing.
Possibly. It's just this part that holds the, like, hazard lights for, like, no seatbelt, low on gas. We have that part back at my house.
Low on gas, high on bitches.
Nah, you don't get any girls with this.
Yeah, you do. It's a cool 80s car. What do you think?
It's called, Nobody Cares.
Oh, yeah, true.
But I do, and that's what makes this car special. Just go find a car that you like and drive it.
True.
Or, don't drive it because it doesn't run, and you're just like, ha, yeah. And here's the engine. I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, but I got the V8 engine. It's really echoey in here because it's an empty garage. I think this is the flywheel, and we need to replace that with a clutch.
Hey, it's carbureted.
And then the...
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the carburetor.
We have the ECU for this engine here, so we probably don't need to tune it, though I will probably just get a new one anyway. And this looks like an alternator, but I don't think it is. I don't know that much about engines. Most of this car project is going to be a learning experience. Oh yeah, also, I know that we are going to cut off these tubes, because those are for the automatic only, and I'm converting it to a stick shift. But yeah, it has the headers, but they got chopped off because there's no exhaust. And it's pretty dirty, but the engine runs, so technically we don't really need to do anything to it. Because the owner had a video of it running, and like on a stand or whatever. But now it's in our garage in a stand. Not technically my garage, but still.
Yes.
And yeah, it's really just the same on both sides, but it's a Chevy V8. It's like a 305 displacement. I don't remember what number. But yeah, silly little V8. And this is just here because there's a hole there and we wanted to make sure nothing got into it. But this will fit under the Rx7's hood, barely, maybe, hopefully. Yeah. As stated, this is probably going to be done like June, July-ish, if everything goes according to plan. The transmission isn't very expensive. It's just going to take a lot of time to like swap out parts. Like, I'm going to need to get a clutch, replace the flywheel, get a new bell housing. We might need to swap this oil pan around because it goes like this, but I don't know if the Rx7's like, I don't think it would be, I don't know if it's the chassis or what, but if the oil pan isn't shaped like this on the Rx7, we need one that goes like this, so it's flat here and then slopes up here instead. And then that's going to be more money and another swap that we have to do. So it really just depends. Like late August is if we have to swap literally everything. Because we're already swapping the pedals, we're swapping the flywheel. We might have to swap the oil pan. I might swap the suspension because that black one had better suspension. And then we're going to swap the hood, not hood, it was the hatchback hydraulics that we're going to swap out.
Your black FC does not have better suspension.
It doesn't?
Oh. I recommend just buying better suspension just because, one, you're going to need it if you need a drift.
Yeah.
Two, no max speeding. No. They're cheap.
Yeah. I'll probably get like those fancy adjustable coilovers, which like when I was looking into those, I'm like, dang, $1,500 suspension? That's expensive. And then I'm like, oh wait, a limited slip diff is like $1,000 as well. Yeah, if I have a differential in that red RX-7 actually. It's still in there. So it really just depends. Like I want to swap it out because I don't think it can handle the power of this engine. But we're gonna get this. It's like a T something transmission. I don't remember if it's Chevy or Ford, but it's compatible with a Chevy engine and a Ford 9-inch diff. So we're gonna get that transmission and stick shift, like a 5-speed, I think, which is pretty cool. You don't need a 6-speed, but my 6th gear would be the reverse at that point. But then if we have to swap out the gears in the 9-inch diff, because that differential is like $100. It's crazy. And then what else? Yeah, because if we have to swap out I think it's the spider gears. If we have to swap those out for a limited slip diff, that's another $1,000. I still need an engine mount, but supposedly they're like $50 for like an aftermarket engine mount that's meant to hold a Chevy V8 and an RX-7, like designed for it, which is pretty funny because of how many people put the LS engine in the RX-7. But again, this isn't an LS, it's like slightly smaller because it's a 305 instead of a 350. And I don't remember what number that is. I think it's cubic inch. So I don't know what the liter displacement would be. But I might turbocharge it. That's a stupid idea, but it would make it a lot more expensive. Because right now I'm $3,000 into this build because this engine was $300 running, which is crazy. We got it the day it went up on KSL.
Wow.
Yeah. We were like, oh boy, we need to go get this. Like within 24 hours, we got it.
And then that red RX-7 was kind of scary because you said that was up for like 12 days. The last. It
was up for like 15 or 16 days, with like 2,000 views on it, and it was like $2,000. And I was like, oh, I need this.
I'm glad you got it.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got it. It is so nice. But yeah, maybe like I don't even have to clean it out really. It's pretty clean. I want to clean the carpet, but like, you know, that's cleaning out the carpet.
Yeah.
And maybe like some of the stuff, like the door panels are plastic and fabric, like the carpet fabric on the side, so I could clean out the sides of those. Just trying to think. There's like 2 dashboard components that I have to replace. One of them is like $100, so I might just replace that one just to make it look nicer. And then, oh yeah, the center console, that's gonna be a pain. Because I was trying to find a new center console and I couldn't find one listed anywhere. Because that one is not intact.
3D printing.
Possibly, but I don't know. I'd rather not 3D print parts because I want it to all be like OEM.
Fair. Then again, you're also putting you're putting a Chevy motor in it and having Ford brakes.
It might not be Ford brakes, but oh yeah, we might also have to rebuild the entire like suspension and control arms to make them Ford, just because the rear diff is going to be Ford, and then the axles would be a different size, and like the wheels might not work, so I might not even be able to use the turbo tube wheels. Well, it's really just we have to see.
Yeah.
Because it all just depends on whether or not we have to like completely rebuild the entire car or not. But a full interior really makes it feel a lot closer to being done. Because most of these parts, like the engine is cheap, the transmission was cheap, the differential's like $100 if we don't have to replace it. Because from what I've heard, the Ford 9-inch diff does come with a limited slip diff. I just don't believe that because of how many Mustangs I see try to do a burnout and crash because their wheels are not cooperating.
Fair.
So I still might get one. But what I might do is get a Ford 9-inch diff, and then I just will not skid the car and slide it around until I get one. And that's basically my plan, is I'm not going to drift the thing until it's like new suspension, new differential gears, and like all that nice stuff, like a hydraulic clutch and everything. Until then, I'm just going to be driving a fast, like a straight line speed car instead of a drift car. But it doubles as both because of the power.
Yeah. I also recommend it, even once you have like everything all put together and all nice, I really recommend waiting until you have money to replace those parts, just in case they break.
Yeah.
So you can immediately replace it and then get back to it.
And it's not like I'm gonna like have brand new parts and go, okay, time to slide it. Like I'm still gonna drive it around a little bit because it will change the way it feels.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's the really simple thing: get a cone, find an empty parking lot, start doing donuts.
True.
Because what's the worst thing? You hit the cone, oh boo-hoo.
Or you hit a curb and go, uh-oh.
That's why you find a big enough lot to where, like, if you, like, lose control, you can just stop.
Maple Mountain parking lot.
There's poles, though. I don't want to hit a pole.
Maple Mountain parking lot, just drive a little bit safer.
There's a parking lot actually pretty close to this house that I might be able to do it in, like, really late at night. But then, like, there's noise complaints because waking people up. Because
Their problem.
big rumbly V8 versus tiny little angry rotary spinning triangle.
But again, you're gonna have a muffler in it. It'll help.
Yeah. I'm not straight piping it. You also lose power straight piping. And then it sounds worse. I don't know why people do it. Because, like, from my understanding, the entire point of the exhaust, like, having those, like, points where it just condenses everything is so there's, like, a pressure buildup, so then you get more power.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like adding a turbo to put more air in the engine for more power, but, like, out the back end.
Yeah. And it's also air coming out, so it's propelling you a little bit forward.
Yeah, just because it's also, like, compressed. Because the way I understand it is it's like take a
paper towel roll and try to blow through that, and then put your hand on the other side and feel how hard the air is hitting your hand, and the air is not hitting your hand hard. Take a small plastic straw, and the air is like hitting your hand pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, $3,000. I think, like my goal was to get this thing up and running for under the price of a stock or even like a swapped Rx7. Because if I was gonna LS swap it anyway after a stock FC, that's like $25,000 for the FC. Maybe I can negotiate it down to $20,000, right? And then you still have to go buy an LS, buy the new transmission, buy the new differential and suspension, and differential gears, and just everything. So it's really better for me that I didn't buy a stock one. Because full interior, I love the interior of the RX-7. It's so nice. It's so cool. But swapping parts, like I don't want to have to tear out a stock RX-7 engine, because that's just dumb. But yeah, what else is there with this? So I'm thinking like maybe $6,000, $5,000 or $6,000 for this thing to be running. To be drifting, that's an extra $1,000 if the Ford 9-inch diff doesn't have that, and then an extra $1,000 guaranteed for just the new coilovers. So that it would be like $8,000 to $9,000, but then I'm like, it's done. That's a done build. I don't need to do anything else to the car, unless if I really wanted to turbo it. But turbos make it less reliable than a V8 already is.
That's true.
I mean, it's not like unreliable. It just doesn't get the best gas mileage because it's 8 pistons. And it'll not be driving at a nice cruising speed of like 2,000 RPM.
Yes.
Like near red line, sliding around, burning tires.
At 4,000.
The turbos sound so nice though, so I kind of want one. But then I need new headers. I need like a new exhaust system altogether. I need to tune it. I need a new ECU. That's another $2,000.
Well, I think ECUs might be a little bit more.
If you want like a really easy to mod ECU, they're like $1,000.
Yeah.
And that lets you just plug it into your laptop and just go, haha, mapping, go burr. But ECUs are like one of the best mods for power. Like, especially on a BMW, you tune a BMW and it's just crazy how much power they get. It's almost like BMW went, yeah, here's a super powerful engine, but we're gonna like make the computer not let it be powerful.
Yes.
It's like the whole thing with preventing hackers from stealing your games, like pirating games.
The Mega Squirt.
Yeah, it's like $800, $1,000, $800.
Yeah.
So it's around $1,000. It just depends. But then turbo kits and redoing the exhaust and then paying someone to tune it, that's expensive.
Yeah. And you don't want to tune it yourself because that's not your job. That you're not qualified for that. You can't do that.
Yeah, I can be told, oh yeah, go unscrew this bolt over here and go, and then go, okay, this bolt went here, and then I go and see how much I need to torque it down to. Like, I'm used to that stuff. That's why I'm doing all the engine and transmission work and not the computer work.
Yeah.
I'm not good with digital stuff. Because most of my understandings on how things work in the real world is just, like, everything is analog and going, okay, this part moves this and this moves that. That makes sense. But like on a computer, I'm like, how is it doing that? I'm a boomer. I'm driving an 80s car and complaining about technology. As I'm 18.
Me as an 18-year-old somehow knowing computer stuff and the technology stuff, but not enough of it either, so I'm just confused.
Yeah.
I'm just always confused. It's fun.
Want to get the engine, well, the transmission soon. I should by the end of this month, like, in general. So, like, at June, I would have the engine, well, the transmission, and probably the differential, because I could buy them together. They're so cheap. I don't know if I can use that Rx7 driveline, though. Or not.
I mean, you might be able to.
I might be able to. I might have to buy a new one, but then I could sell that one if I need to.
Yeah, and you can make some money.
Yeah, I really want to take the wheels off of my Turbo 2 and put them on the FC. Well, they're both FCs, but the red one, the cool one.
VFC? Turbo 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Turbo 2 and FC just for ease of use. And then we were talking earlier off camera. I do want S5 taillights and maybe a S5 front bumper on that, just because it looks nice. Well, that'd be another, like, pretty expensive, because I need a new rear bumper to fit the taillights, because you can't just swap the taillights for some reason. They're slightly bigger. So you need a new bumper. And therefore, I would need, like, the bumper's probably not that expensive. People might only charge, like, $300 for it. And then the taillights themselves are like $800, and then a new front bumper, another like maybe $500 because it's a front bumper.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I typically see that front bumpers are a little more expensive, especially on like drift cars.
Yeah, because everyone's fucking destroying them. Everyone's ripping them off and then drilling into them and then putting zip ties there. And then destroying
But then
them
again, like rear bumpers, you would like wall tap something and dent it, but people just like kick that out. They're just like, bleh. And they pull the dents out and go, it's fine. And they zip tie the rear bumper back on. But front bumpers, like they'll fall off and get like under your car, and you drive over and you're like, oops.
Whoops.
And then they just keep driving without the front bumper.
Are front bumpers really necessary?
They look nice, and it would bat less eyes from police officers. I already drive a red car. I'm like a target for them. They're just like, oh, a red car, time to pull them over.
Wait, but aren't you gonna get a paint job with white?
Maybe.
White paint job.
That's if I get the S5 parts. I'd want it to be white because Ryosuke's car is white in Initial D.
Yes.
And I just really like the way it looks. I also kind of want to do like one of those like sparkly ones where it has like that almost glittery shine underneath.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like this paint where it's like green. I don't know how well you can see that.
Metallic.
Yeah. Like metallic, dude, metallic white might actually look super nice. Because in certain lightings you'd be able to see that, but in other lightings you wouldn't.
I want a matte car, matte finish.
Matte gray.
No.
I've seen several matte gray Teslas, and they look like they're unrendered.
Yeah.
Like they look like their textures aren't rendered yet. It's just horrible.
Matte gray Teslas are gross.
They're
Matte gray
so
is
bad.
Gross.
Matte gray, matte black. Matte black I like as an accent color, but not as a full paint color.
I like matte black, but matte white.
Oh yeah, matte white is just like flat. But I do like the glossy, but I also really like the glossy that's been faded just due to time. So I really like original paint on 90s and 80s cars just because of that. Especially if they're not like too sun damaged. But, well I want to get a new rear bumper with the different taillights. The other wheels, if I can, I might have to replace them anyway because of the different sized parts. And the other front bumper that's like a little bit lower and it goes to like here. And it has like a different shape and a hood scoop, but the aluminum hood is really light. And then, yeah, these parts on the inside, might have to replace that and that. But other than that, oh yeah, and then there's we have to fix this paint and the Bondo that was in here.
Are you gonna keep the rear wing?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
It's stock with the car. It's not aftermarket, but it is fiberglass, so the paint's peeling
There's so
real
much
bad.
wax on the black. God.
Is there like which black?
all of the black right there, right here, it's in the cracks and crevices.
Yeah.
That's so much wax. Wax is annoying.
Yeah.
Just ceramic coated.
Oh yeah, and then I have to replace the window tint, but most of the stuff that I have to replace is purely cosmetic.
Yeah.
And then I just have to buy parts now.
Except for the mirrors. You need, actually, you can just retest the one that's in your glove box.
I need 2 mirrors though, I'm missing one.
A rear view mirror, and then the other one. Then you're set. You're all legal. That one's just an option.
You don't need that?
You only need 2 out of 3. So you can either have left to right, or left
Well,
to
I'll probably
rear
still
view,
replace
right
them.
rear view.
And then I want LED headlights, just because, yeah. They're a lot brighter.
LED headlights. I think those are just halogen bulbs you just screw in. So I'm pretty sure that if you just replace them with LED ones, it would already be replacing the fixture of the thing. Just because if you replace it with LEDs, you gotta also replace the fixture.
Yeah.
Because
But,
late.
yeah, there's like a kit on Amazon that replaces the headlights. But not like the... I want to keep the pop-ups, but it's just like a new housing for the LEDs.
Yeah.
Or just buy, instead of plastic for the covers, it's glass. And then you can also just, like, get a brighter bulb.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this thing is almost out of battery, so that's the end of the video, maybe, probably. I mean, there's nothing else other than a toge run, but...
Like if you video and subscribe if you button the hit.
Yeah, what she said.